Zach.
And I'm Lindsay.
And this is the Game Forums Extended Forum, episode 15. Today we're going to be talking about some new Star Wars shows, something with Capcom, No Man's Sky update, DualSense, Rick and Morty, and then COD season updates. But first, what have you been playing?
So, went ahead and played some Final Fantasy VII.
Yes.
If you want to see what we think about that, make sure to check out our first impressions episode.
Yes.
I had a little bit of time to play and finish up Crossouts season pass.
Ooh.
I was already almost at the end, so I got on for one day and played for about an hour or two and managed to get the last couple of objectives I needed and finish that out. That was really about it. I had a pretty busy week apart from all that, so I didn't really get a chance to play much.
Oh, well, I mean, that sucks, but I guess there's always next week, hopefully.
Yeah. How about you? What did you play this week?
So since the last time we recorded, I've been able to finish Doom Eternal and Resident Evil 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, Doom Eternal, I had like 2 missions left. I didn't know it. And then Resident Evil 3 is like, I think I beat it in 4 hours and 50 minutes. So it's not very long. But I will be doing a review on both of those. I don't know when. So last week, I was very high up on Doom Eternal. And then it ended on such a low.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was like the last 2 levels were like build-ups to boss fights. And they were the most like trivial, like boring boss fights in recent memory, especially for Doom Eternal. And it was just like, it was such a letdown. And it like the last level was literally you just do these little sections, clear them out, go to the next section, clear it out, go to the last boss. It tells you exactly how to kill it. You rinse and repeat, and then it's over. I was like, what?
That's not good.
Yeah, it feels like it was absolutely.
Do you think they're going to add on more to it with DLC from the way it ended, or do you think they're just going to wait for another game?
Yeah, they've said that there's 2 campaign DLCs coming out, but I don't know how big those will be. Those could just be, so they've added this mastery levels, which are like redone levels that are much harder, so that could just be what they're talking about. But I really don't know. Even if they do release some DLC, I'm kind of lost interest now. I am going to go back and try to get some of the trophies because the game is actually pretty easy to platinum. Same thing with Resident Evil 3. You know, that game was short and sweet, but the trophies are really good. But other than that, I mean, I played a little bit of Call of Duty Season 3, but that's just about it.
I guess getting into our news for this week, we have some more news out of Disney.
Yes.
So Rosario Dawson has apparently signed contracts with Disney to be the character Ahsoka in season 2 of The Mandalorian. And apparently some of those contracts have leaked, and she's signing on to do multiple series. So it looks like Disney's either A, trying to future-proof, and B, there's a lot of rumors going around right now that she might get her own show. And for a lot of people who don't know who Ahsoka is, it was Anakin Skywalker's apprentice from the Clone Wars before he turned into Darth Vader.
Spoilers.
A little bit. I mean, if you don't know Anakin Skywalker's Darth Vader, then Star Wars probably doesn't matter to you.
That is, yeah.
But she is going to be cameoing in The Mandalorian Season 2. If I had to take a guess, I'm probably going to say that it's only going to be like 1 or 2 scenes. I don't see them bringing her in as a main character or anything. Yeah. But it's probably just going to be like an introduction to something and then spin her off into her own show. Which looks to be like what Disney is getting interested in doing, the way her contract is written.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, I still got to catch up on Mandalorian Season 1. I have not had interest in it.
I gotcha.
But moving on to our second story. This is still kind of being turned out. It hasn't been super confirmed, but there's from Video Game Chronicle. Apparently, Capcom has greenlit a Resident Evil 4 remake, and it looks like it's going to be made by a Osaka-based M2, which is a new studio founded by a former Platinum Games head, Tetsuya Minami. And so they've gotten the blessing from Shinji Mikami, who originally he made Resident Evil 4 along with 1, 2, and 3. And it looks like it's coming out for a 2021 release, maybe 2022. So there's not really a whole lot of information on this, but this is interesting because they just came off of Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, and there's a rumor that Resident Evil 8 is going to be releasing in 2021. So that'll mean that if this Resident Evil 4 remake is true, then that's going to be possibly the year after. So like
So they're
Capcom's
putting
been on
out like a
yeah,
new Resident Evil game nearly every year now.
yeah, and the thing is, they're quality. Like they're really good. They're not just churning stuff out to for the sake of cashing in or cashing out. They're actually like pretty good quality games.
Hmm.
So
Um,
that's just we don't know how true this is, but we will see.
Interesting. So I got another bit of news. No Man's Sky just put out a new trailer. They're adding in exosuits. Um, I think this is really interesting. I have to give No Man's Sky and their developers a lot of credit for this.
Yeah.
They've already, they had a really rough launch and definitely overpromised, but they've gone back and fixed it. And, most people nowadays would say that they've, redeemed themselves to everybody. And no one's really expecting new content for this game. And yet this studio keeps putting in the effort and the time to put out more stuff for this game.
Yeah. I think they've done enough. They can move on.
I don't know. I have to give them credit for continuing to develop this ecosystem and to continuing to evolve this game. I mean, this is the kind of stuff I want to see out of more developers to where,
Yeah.
like going that one step above and really, appreciating the people who play your game.
Yeah. I feel like they're such a small team that they either need to only do No Man's Sky updates or they need to find a time to like move on to their next project.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see what they do next.
Yeah, I think they have a small indie project coming out. I think it was like Little Campfire or something similar along that. It looks like a normal, you know, 3D indie game.
Mhm.
So we'll have to see if they move on from that. Uh, Also, some news that had popped out, I believe on Tuesday this past week. The PS5 controller was revealed, which is called the DualSense. And we have a more in-depth view, kind of a spotlight on it. Should be posted already, so if you want to check that out, you can go there.
All right, got a little bit more news. For anyone who's a fan of the Rick and Morty TV show, the last season kind of left off in the middle of their episodes. They did a mid-season break, which a lot of shows like to do.
Yeah.
They'll be picking their episodes back up on May 3rd. But since it's a shorter season, I think they only have like 4 or 5 episodes coming out.
Oh wow.
So not really a whole lot, but it'll be more Rick and Morty, which I'm always looking forward to. That show's hilarious.
All right, and ending our news, we're going to be talking about season 3 of Call of Duty. Now, were you able to play any of this yet?
I haven't had a chance to play any of it yet. I downloaded the update and looked through the season 3 battle pass rewards.
Yeah.
First off, I want to say I was very surprised. This like literally started the day after season 2. So this is probably one of the quickest turnarounds we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Normally they give you like a week or two of downtime before starting the next season immediately.
Yeah, it definitely seemed a little quick, but it also feels like this season is a little lackluster. They added Alex back, which was cool. But the free guns, I guess that's the only thing I'm really complaining about. They've added a bunch of maps. They made a lot of updates to Warzone. I believe they're adding backlot from I think it was Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. They added a multiplayer map into the suite. So they're adding a lot there. It's just it seemed like the free weapons were lacking. I mean, one of them was a pistol.
Yeah,
So
they're definitely not as exciting as some of the previous weapons. I think it's a copy of the Beretta M9,
yeah,
and the other one is a SKS. They classified it as a marksman rifle, and I can't for the love of me like figure out what the names of them are in the game. Um, but not exactly the most go-getting weapons compared to some of the other stuff.
yeah,
I would have liked to seen something a little bit more exotic and different and cool. But I mean, they've already had a lot of really cool weapons added in through their last couple battle passes. And I mean, to people who really love pistols or marksman rifles, this could really be their jam. So I do kind of think that maybe not doing them both in the same season would have been a great idea. Like have one really cool weapon and one less cool weapon for
yeah.
most players would have helped balance it out a little. Um, what do you think about all the overall rewards in this battle pass?
I like it. I mean, it feels fair. You get stuff pretty quickly. I really enjoy that you can play Warzone and it still counts towards the battle pass and counts toward your just regular multiplayer progression.
Yes.
So that I really appreciate. But yeah, I mean, overall, I don't have any problems with the battle pass in general. But this season, I was a little like, like just a pistol and then a marksman rifle seems a little disappointing. But it also, I'm being really picky. It's free, so.
Yeah. I don't know. I was looking through the battle pass thing. I think it's really cool that you can get like custom skins for the vehicles now in
Oh
Warzone
yeah, they've
and
added that.
Ground War. I think that's a
Yeah.
really cool idea. But other than that, like I definitely think that was the focus. I didn't really see as much like cool like alternate versions of weapons and stuff like as the last couple battle passes. I definitely feel like their focus is on the vehicle skins. Don't get me wrong, I love Call of Duty's battle pass system. I just feel like this one didn't really bring anything to the table that I'm like, oh man, I have to make it to level 70 to get that thing. Like,
Yeah.
I just didn't really see too many things in there. They have cool stuff, but nothing that's really gonna like bring me to the table and be like, I have to play this to get that.
Yeah, I've noticed they're adding a little bit more of the blueprints for the weapons, like the exotic and legendary weapon blueprints, but they're not. I mean, so I don't know if you know this or if you have an answer, but the blueprints they don't offer anything that you can't already unlock, correct?
Most of the time.
So they
Now,
do offer things that are unique.
there are a couple of them. Most of the blueprints that they've put in the game so far
Yeah.
are just parts that you can unlock and get anyway. There
Okay.
are, however, several exceptions for things. Most of the time, it's not going to be like a huge game breaking thing. It's like this pistol has a Gatling accessory only available in this and turns it into a minigun. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not going to be anything like that, but there have been a couple blueprints that have features that might change it to a certain ammo type or a certain size magazine that is otherwise not accessible in the game. Uh,
Huh.
and a lot of the blueprints as well change the overall cosmetic appearance of the weapon completely different from its base form. So let's say there's a pistol. Okay, like one of the ones in the last one I got was a revolver.
Yeah.
And the base revolver is just a solid color, and you can change the color and you can put camo on it and stuff. But the revolver that I got through the battle pass was like fully engraved. It was like silver with like gold inlay in the engraving, and that's something you can't normally unlock. You can only get it through the battle pass. You can still change up the features on it, and all the features they put on there you can get just by regularly upgrading the weapon, but that stylistic version of the weapon was only available through the Battle Pass.
Huh.
There is another one. I'm trying to remember. I think it was the AUG counterpart. You can upgrade it to. It normally fires a 9 millimeter, and you can upgrade it to a 5.56, but it has a 30 round magazine. One of the ones in the Battle Pass had a 5.56. I want to say it was like a 50 round drum,
Yeah.
and that one's not normally available. So you can change it to a 5.56, but the only way to get the 5.56 with the 50 round drum was to get it through the Battle Pass.
I don't like that.
I don't know how I feel about it. Like, A, I don't think it's really game breaking, and B,
No.
I do think it gives people motivation to play the game more. Because
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything that's like, if you get it through this one that comes with homing missiles or something, like it's very minor differences
Yeah.
that reward players who've been playing the game for longer periods of time. It is a bit of a turn off to some newer players, but it pretty well rewards people who bought Call of Duty and play it a bunch, which I think is fair.
Yeah. Yeah. That does that. Yeah, that's fair.
And as I said before, there's nothing I've seen that is just completely game breaking. And some of these you can also purchase through their not the battle pass, but the extra like weapon packs in the shop and stuff as well,
Yeah.
that you don't normally have access to. Like there was an Uzi I saw that fired a different caliber of ammo than it normally would.
Oh
So it
wow.
might do like slightly extra damage, but I think you're also limited on its magazine size.
Oh, okay. Well, cool.
So I think that's about all we got for this week. Don't forget to leave a comment below and like, share, and subscribe.